Oh, opposite.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mahadhuni. Dit was een hele onze prijs.
Oh. Okay. Anyone like to share? Okay. Thank you, bro. See, why I asked this, because I want to know, how much you know about Sai. That's what I want to know. And much of you shared your encounters with Sai. But the question is, what do you know about Sai? Got it? The question is, what do you know about him? Not your experience with Sai. Okay. That's okay, fine. I'm here to share my research experiences, what I explored actually about him. Okay. Still, I'm on that. I didn't finish my thing. Okay. I can say only 10% I, explored about him. But whatever I explored, there are certain things that I want to share here. Okay. We all know that. Let me come on a chronological order. We all know that Shirdi Sai came to Shirdi when he was 16, right? And he started living under the neem tree. But actually, Baba came to Shirdi when he was 8 years old. He came to Shirdi when he was 8 years old. I'm not saying that. Baba said that. In the records it is there. I will connect the dots. In chapter 32, Baba said that he met his guru when he was 8 years old. Yes. He met his guru when he was 8 years old in a forest. He was going, along with 4 friends with certain, kind of arguments going on between them. Tattva Vichara kind of. In that they met a Vanajari, right? A strange man who tried to help them, giving water, food, but they denied. It is there in chapter 32, Satcharitra. Only Baba accepted that later. Okay. And then he says that I saw my guru in front of me. And then his guru took him to a place where he made Sai Baba hung upside down inside a well. You guys know this story?
Yes.
Yeah. So the guru made Baba hung upside down inside a well just 3 feet above the water. And Baba was there, Baba, the guru of Baba tied his legs and the other end tied on a branch of a tree and, made him hung upside down in the water, right? And Baba was there for some hours. And then later Guru came and took him out and asked him how he's doing. Baba said, I don't have the enough wisdom to explain what I went through, but I feel good. On that, Guru said, okay, he tapped him and, Baba said that after that, my Guru enrolled me into his school. And this is what Baba said, right? And Baba said, added to that, I served my Guru for the next 12 years. In that 12 years, I forgot my family, my parents, everything. See, this is very important. He said, I forgot my family. That means he had a family. And he said, I always, love to, hug his neck, like this. And I want to see him. Because that was Baba saying that when he was 70 plus years old, but he was recalling his memory when he was a small boy. That is why, he was hugging his guru like this, looking at him. And Baba said, if I don't look at my guru, if my guru is not there, I feel like why I have these heights. That much love that Baba was carrying towards his guru. And Baba said, now I'm in this state of spiritual, achievement because of my guru. That much of, love, gratitude, respect Baba was carrying about his guru. Now, the thing is, we know that much of our Baba's devotees believe that hanging upside down inside the well is a metaphor. Right? No, it is a real thing happened. Because it is a Sufi practice called Chilla-i Makusa. That means inverted yoga, hanging upside down. It's a practice in Sufism. In Nath Sampradaya, Hindu Sampradaya, it is there, hanging from the tree like a bat, right? It is there. So inverted yoga, that is what he practiced. And then Baba said, like, I got enrolled into my guru's school, right? So now the point is, when I did my research, what I found out, I found the well where Baba, hung upside down. Any idea where that well is? Do you have any idea where is that well? Sun. Yes. No, actually it is outside only. That's a very good thing, actually. It's a real thing happened. So the well is there. It's in Shirdi, Lendibai. That well. That is the well Baba was pointing at. Because 170, 180 years ago, the Shirdi is like a forest. And what we know now, the Dwarakamai, is a border, it is in the border of the Shirdi. Yes, it is the border of the Shirdi, it is not the actual Shirdi. The actual Shirdi is a little inside. It is the border. See, for example, if you are coming out from Dwarakamai, going to the Hanumanji Mandir, there is an arch. Between Dwarakamai and Chavri, there is an arch, right? Right under the arch, on the ground, you can see a small red stone popping out from the ground. Have you noticed? Next time if you go there, you can see there is a small stone, just popping out from the ground. That is the border stone of Shirdi. That's the border. So actually, the Hanuman Mandir is outside Shirdi. And the Dwarakamai is on the border. And 180 years ago, only 150 families were living in Shirdi according to the Shirdi. I'm going with the census, okay? Because I always love to go with the records, not just the hearsays. So there was 150 families living in Shirdi, and they are, much of them living inside the Shirdi. Only few families were living at the borders of the Shirdi. They are the Mahasthabadi and Baijamas family. They were living. That is why they saw Baba when Baba was there. Got it? So Baba, when he was 8 years old, let me make in a chronological order. He met his Guru when he was 8 years old, and Guru, took him to his ashram, and that ashram is in the Shirdi only. Okay, and made him hung upside down inside the well, and got him selected, and then they practiced for the next 12 years. The Guru trained him, in his ashram, and that ashram. Yes. And that ashram is in, we all know that actually. We know that ashram practice. We call that Gurustan. Yeah, Gurustan. The Gurustan under the neem tree, that is a big basement cellar. Bigger than this. Bigger than this all, Yeah. That is a big structure underneath the ground. Sorry? Yeah. So, see, for example, the neem tree is here. From the neem tree, it goes on extending up to Chavadi. Yeah, it goes down under the Dwarakamai. Yeah. That's a big basement cellar. And, Baba's Guru Parambara's there, resting there. Not just Baba's Guru. And Baba's Guru, Parama Guru, and his Gurus, they are there. Their samadhis are there. Yeah, see, this practice of hanging upside down inside the well is called Chilai Makusa. It's a practice of Sufis. This practice has been reinvented by Baba Fariduddin Ganshakar. Anyone know who is that? Baba Fariduddin Ganshakar. He is the guru of Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya of Delhi. Anyone know Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya? Hazrat Nizamuddin Awliya, Delhi. Do you know Moinuddin Chishti? Ajmer Dargah? Anyone heard of Ajmer Dargah? Yeah. So let me start from that. See, the Sufism entered India on many ways and through many gurus, but it is majorly got its impact through Moinuddin Chishti of Ajmer. He came and settled down in Ajmer, and he got his own, disciples. And the disciple of Moinuddin Chishti is called Bakhtiyar Kaki, and his disciple is Baba Fariduddin Kanshakar, and his disciple is Nizamuddin Auliya. Why I'm listing this? That is a very interesting story. So Moinuddin Chishti, Bakhtiyar Kaki, and his disciple Baba Fariduddin Kanshakar, who reinvented the hanging upside down yoga, and it is belong to this school. That school's name is Chishti Silsila. They call it Silsila. We call it as Guru Parampara. They call it as Silsila. So this hanging upside down is a practice of Chishti Silsila. So now we know that Baba's Guru belonged to the Chishti Silsila. Point one. And Baba Fariduddin Kanshaka got a disciple Nizamuddin Auliya, and his disciple, Nizamuddin Auliya's disciple, Zarzari Zarbaksh. And one day, Nizamuddin Auliya asked Zarzari Zarbaksh, go down to Kuldabad. The Kuldabad is 150 kilometers from Shirdi. And this happened some 600, 700 years ago. Okay, so because of his Guru's order, they call it as Hukum. Because of that, Zarzari Zarbaksh came down with 700 Sufis and settled down in Kuldabad 600, 700 years ago. When that happened, there were Nath yogis living there around Kuldabad. They are hardcore yogis. They belong to the Guru Dattatreya Parampara. They were living there, practicing their everything. When the 700 Kalandar Sufis came and settled, probably, we can expect a friction may happen, right? But no, a good brotherhood started emerging from that because their ideologies are the same. Okay, so they started exchanging their ideologies. Example, the Sufis learned yoga from the Nath yogis, and the Nath yogis started learning music and singing from the Sufis. So such a brotherhood started emerging from this lineage, and after some 200, 300 years, they got a mixed up syncretic Guru Parampara. Example, the Sufis will have a Nath as their Guru, Nath yogi as their Guru, or the Nath yogis will have a Sufi as their Guru. Example, there is one personality called Chand Shah Bodle. He lived some 300 years before Baba, Chand Shah Bodle. His disciple is Janardhan Swami, and his disciple is Eknath Maharaj. That is why I'm listing that. Hope you know Eknath Maharaj, right? Eknath Maharaj Paramaguru is a Sufi, Chand Shah Bodle. So that is where all this beautiful mixing up of these ideologies happened. A new syncretic lineage started emerging from that, and that lineage significantly contributed to Baba's Guru Parampara. And that is why our Baba looked like this. Getting my point? Maybe end of the session I will share the photo of Chand Shah Bodle, and he will look very much like our Baba. The same kafni, same all this thing. And he is also believed to be the avatar of Dattatreya. There is a place called Daulatabad, which is near Aurangabad, some 150 kilometers from Shirdi. There this guy lived, Chand Shah Bodle, And in that place, he is believed to be the avatar of Dattatreya. And he is Guru of Janardhan Swami, and Janardhan Swami is Guru of Eknath Maharaj. And we all know that Eknath Maharaj is such a big personality, spiritual personality in Maharashtra. And Eknath Maharaj, he himself wrote about Chand Shah Bodle in his works. It is there. There, he explained that, at the very beginning stage, he saw that his Guru is, having discourses with a Muslim guy. So he was a little taken aback, why my Guru is, having this kind of a friendship. Then one day, Janardhan Swami asked Eknath Maharaj to come. I will introduce my Guru to you. like that. So he took him, and Eknath Maharaj and Chand Shapur, they were talking. That time, they were having milk, the goat milk was kind of that. And the bowl that Chand Shapur was drinking, he gave that bowl to Eknath Maharaj and asked him to clean that because it's done almost. So Eknath Maharaj, when I was taking to clean that bowl, he saw a little bit of milk was there, so he thought, don't want to waste that. So he drank that milk. When he drank that milk, he saw Dattatreya there sitting instead of Chand Shapur there. So that time he realized, okay, he's Dattatreya. And that's what he written in his works, okay? So why I'm saying this is a lineage that significantly contributed to Baba's Guru Parampara. Because if you trace down the lineage of Chand Shapur, it starts like, it goes on like that. Chand Shapur, Janardhan Swami, Eknath Maharaj, Janardhan Swami, Vishwambarnath Maharaj, and Gopal Sheikh Sultan, and then there is one generation left between Baba's Guru and there is another guy. Any one of you know who is Baba's Guru? Venkusha. Anyone know who is Venkusha? We heard a lot of stories about Venkusha, right? In the movies we saw. The Venkusha is actually a Sufi. Yeah. His real name is Roshan Shah Mia, or Roshan Shahi. That is his name. But he got another name called Venkusha because his guru, Venkusha's guru, is a Tirupati Balaji Bhakti. And he is Gopal Rao Deshmukh of Selu, which is 250 kilometers from Shirdi. See, when Daskanu Maharaj, when he wrote about Baba's Guru, he, wrongly identified Gopal Rao Deshmukh as Baba's Guru. He wrote that he is Venkusha because he is Tirupati Balaji Bhakt. And Daskanu Maharaj, he did his own investigation during 1905-1907, and he was